Robot Fish Girl. We're watching the end of the auction for now 12:47. This beautiful pizza, safety pizza, sorry. If you want to follow along with us, you can do so at nomo.wtf or nounoclock.live. That is nounoclock.live or nomo.wtf. They'll both take you to the same place. While you're at it, you can pick up Nomo Noun number 1247. This beautiful birthday cake we got yesterday for GM Farcaster anniversary. 1 year of GM Farcaster has been completed. So definitely come by, check those out if you like. And if you are watching on YouTube or on Twitter/X, then join us on Tavern. The link is in the description of either one of those. Or just ping me in the chat and I will be able to drop the link for you if you can't find it. Alright, well, with that out of the way, we have got 1 minute and 48 seconds left on this auction. How's everybody doing? Brett, Jer?
No, I'm good. Pretty calm day today.
It's a Saturday. I'm not awake. That's okay. We're doing so for anybody who's been here over the last couple of days, over the past week, basically. We got another bid coming in, 2.55 from 0x2B1E. We'll see if that goes through. There it is. So for anybody who's been here over the last week, you are probably familiar with sort of the new structure that we've been having for these shows. It's sort of a return to form more than a brand new thing where, we very specifically have an agenda of, we're going to talk about these things today and get to more if we have time. So far, we haven't had time. We're going to keep weekends bringing back an old show format that we used to have, not so much anymore, but we're bringing it back, called 9 O'Clock Light. This is basically going to be a show that is more of the casual, what we've been doing more recently. So on Saturdays and Sundays, at least in EST time where the hosts are, if you want to join the conversation, we're keeping it to an open forum. Anybody can jump in. If you come by the tavern in the description, then you are more than welcome to request to come up on stage, and we can talk about whatever. Anything that's going on in the Web3 ecosystem, general news, try to keep it light, but Nouns AMA is another thing that we could do. So if you have any questions about nouns that you have wanted to get answered, please do not hesitate to come by the tavern. Or if you don't feel like talking out loud, that's a-okay. You can drop it in the chat or in the replies on YouTube and Twitter, and I'll be able to see those and answer them on the show for you. We're also probably not going to be live for as long. We usually keep the show to about an hour. For weekend shows, for light shows, we basically just go until we run out of steam. So if you do have any questions, please do not hesitate to drop those. But in the meantime, we've got 3 minutes left on this auction. What else been happening in the last 24 hours?
The Yellow Collective auction ended and was settled.
Ah, yes. I did not have that.
A few of them were settled because that was 309.
So what? It's not spoiler. So 310. Oh, that is gorgeous. We've got a beautiful dumpster head for 310. Well, first let's go look at 309. So 309, manaz.eth for 0.027 picked up the Zorb. 310, we got a dumpster fire. That's going to the Yellow Nounders. 311, oh my god, that's so cute. 311, we got a little pride penguin. Oh, I love it. And for 312, oh, that is fantastic. We finally got another worm. It's got a blue shirt. It's got a mint accessory. I know Symbio's going to want to pick this one up. Current minimum bid is already at 0.012.
Is it showing for you on the bid history that the 0.01 is higher than the 0.012?
Yeah, which is interesting.
Yeah. Okay. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't my computer or something, but
yeah. No, that's... We're going to revamp the yellow front end, I think, pretty soon. Hopefully, at least that's the tentative plan, firmly set in Jello. We have a conception of a plan.
They were sent at exactly the same second, both those transactions.
Damn. So did you like use two computers? Is this your secret secondary ENS? Or
Maybe.
the world will never know. But
Name,
anyway,
name one raw.
if you want to bid on collective noun number 312, this beautiful minty earthworm, you can do so at yellowcollective.xyz. And if we ever talk about any links and you don't see them in the chat, in YouTube, or well, I can't comment directly on Twitter from here, but if you don't see them in the chat on YouTube, then come and check out the tavern, which looks like this, incidentally. So this is where we've got everybody hanging out. So if you want to check this out, it's in the description once again. We would love for you to come by. You know, we are streaming elsewhere, and we've got some fair viewership elsewhere just because we want to keep this as accessible as possible. But we do prefer to talk to people on Tavern because we can actually hear you. And with that done, I hit the button a little late, but there is only 13 seconds left on the timer, so nounoclock.live, nomo.wtf if you're out there already. Because it's almost time to pick a noun. In 3, 2, 1, and now it is
time for FOMO.
So you know the drill. We thumbs up the nouns we like, we thumbs down the nouns we don't if we get enough thumbs up in the or maybe we don't play FOMO at all. Instant mint on the baseball. I actually kind of like this one. All right, well, we got somebody else settled, so I guess it's already time for Nomo. If you're not there already, once again, nounoclock.live or nomo.wtf. They're pinned in the tavern. If you'd like to join us there, you're going to see all of these nouns arrayed before you. You're going to pick your favorite from among them.
Choose your character.
Spam clicker with all your might. Every 10 seconds, half of them are eliminated until we're left with just one. That's going to be the Nomo noun of the day. Also, don't forget to sign in with your wallet and make sure you are on OP, or your clicks will not be counted. That is very important. Sign in with your wallet. Make sure you're on Optimism, or your clicks will not be counted. Okay. I really, really like this rose. The evil, the evil pillow is fun. The wine with the racing accessory. That gnome. I know you want the gnome, Brett.
If it was on the yellow background, his hat disappears. I like the rose purple. And the popsicle with the popsicle dripping on the shirt.
Yeah, that's pretty good. We need to turn down the volume on Nomo. I'm playing the music, but it means that I can't. Like, I can hear you, but I don't know if anybody else can.
Final round. Rose versus Mixer. Who will win? Who will lose? 3, 2, 1, fight! Bloody Rose wins. Brutality.
Hell yeah. I like this one. Nomo noun number 1248, the Bloody Rose. If you want to pick this up, you can do so for just 0.00069 ETH. I'm minting this immediately. That is only $1.66 USD. If you do pick it up, 100% of the proceeds go to the Yellow Collective Treasure, which goes to supporting artists on chain in the Nouniverse and beyond. And you also get entered into a semi-regular chance to pick up a Yellow Collective noun. We do that drawing not with any, like I said, semi-regular, not with any real degree of regularity, but we do the drawing, and it doesn't matter what nomos you get. Every single nomo is one entry into that drawing, so you can get a different nomo every day, or you can pull a fatty but happy and get 80 of the same one. He won the first drawing by doing exactly that. I don't think it's a particularly good idea, but it worked for him, so, you know.
I think
Uh,
Food Rescue won by having one Nomo.
Yeah.
So
There are two kinds of people. Food Rescue won by having one nomo that I'm pretty sure we bought for him. Like, one of the hosts was like, "Oh, this reminds me of Food Rescue," and like got it and sent it to his wallet.
oh, maybe yeah, he might have done a piece that was that same based on that same noun or something.
Yeah. I feel like it was probably like either Prof or Toady who
Or
sent
Symbio.
or
Symbio's a
Symbio.
big fan of his too.
Yeah. Who sent a Noma noun to his wallet, and then we did a drawing. But he's in the Yellow Collective, and he does like comment on stuff. Like he's for for having won through picking up a single Nomo. However he did it, he's surprisingly active in our little cabal chat. Much more than
I
I
would
would have
consider
expected.
his art very nounish.
Yeah.
So
No, he's awesome.
good to have him, interested in it, at least wanting to comment on things and be a part of it.
Absolutely. Well, with Nomo and FOMO out of the way, what else been happening? Because we posted some stuff.
I pinned up a link. Benjamin Latsko announced yesterday, like right after the show, that the tickets went live for Nounstown.
Oh.
The first round of them in batches of 50. And there is a 0.042 deposit, and you get that ETH sent right back to you as soon as you scan the ticket at the event. I know he worked with Paperclip to set up the contract and everything, so I'm sure it's all working fine.
And apparently we don't need to mint tickets.
Well, your noun gets you on the guest list, but if you want this fun art from Sloppy and you are going, I would recommend minting one, and then you just have to remember to scan the ticket at the door to get that ETH back. Because otherwise you do not get a NFT ticket.
Got it.
At least that's the plan right now. In Nouncil, he had mentioned he was thinking about maybe airdropping them to nouners, or having like some form where nouners can just like check off that they're planning on going, and he'll airdrop it to just those people. But that has not been confirmed yet.
Man, I wish I could
So
do this.
I did mint a ticket. I mean, I'm going. I just have to remember to scan it at the door to get the ETH back. Otherwise, maybe I'm buying Ben's dinner for that night.
Maybe. I feel like if you're paying 0.042 ETH on dinner, that's
It's like $100. In LA, that's a meal for one person.
Clearly we hang out in different parts of LA.
Oh, I'm planning on spending quite a bit of money on food. That's one of my things. Like, I was a chef in my past life, and I worked in some really nice restaurants, and that's something that I'm very passionate about, and have no problem spending $100 on myself for a meal. Like, if I'm going on vacation somewhere.
No,
If I'm
I
home,
agree.
like, I'm spending like $6 on a burrito.
Yeah, well, no, this is the thing. Like, I agree. It's definitely worth it to, invest in your experience. My thing is that when I go to LA, it's not that I am deliberately going to cheap places. It's that all of the food that I like is from like a food truck. So so it's not like I'm like cheaping out. It's that like I actually just like cheap food.
I've been wanting to go to there's a few places in LA and Chicago I know of that they do like 20 or 30 course meals, and it's all like the crazy super small plates, molecular gastronomy stuff. Like, everything is like 1 or 2 bites.
I'm not subtle enough for that. I
think
like,
it would
as
be so
a
much
person.
fun.
Yeah,
that's fair.
you know where I really enjoy going to is and I don't live there anymore, but I used to go a lot. Um, is the Hawksmoor in New York. It's a steakhouse. It's a British American steakhouse, and it's really really good. They have like oysters there with like a bone marrow sauce. It's ridiculous. There's like YouTube videos about them from like Eater and stuff like that. You know those channels.
Yeah, I've definitely heard of this place. I'm on their website.
Yeah, but their dessert menu in particular is ridiculous. They have and the like sort of starter of the show is in on their dessert menu is they have a giant Ferrero Rocher, but it's huge.
Ooh.
It's like 4 inches across, and it's got like gold leaf sprinkled on it, and it's not like it looks more expensive than it is. It's expensive. Like it's not, you're not gonna not be spending a lot for that night out, but it looks much pricier than it is. I think the Ferrero Rocher dessert is like, $17 or something like that. Like it's really not bad considering, how amazing the food is and the ridiculous portion sizes. That's really really good. Give me 2 seconds. I just realized I've got something at my door. So I will be back in half a moment, but I'm going to switch screen to Tavern. And Brett, you take over for a sec.
Yeah, I mean, there was just something else to update on. Seneca pushed another small update to rounds, just formatting the submissions and different ways to, organize things for your own personal experience. Jer, was I muted that entire time?
No, you were good.
Okay, I accepted the co-host and then I was muted and I was like, what just happened?
No, I could hear you.
I just got back. What did I miss?
I was just talking about Seneca had another post, just updating some features on rounds, just how
Ooh.
you can sort it for your own experience and a new moderation tool for people who are running the rounds.
We love rounds moderation. For sure.
Yes.
That is.
And it says you can review the
vital.
submissions and mark them as either seen or ineligible.
Ooh, that's actually really useful. Wow.
Yeah.
So you don't have to go to Seneca anymore and be like, hey, so.
Did Brennan just push an update? Or
I'm not
because I'm
seeing
a
anything.
co-host, I have extra stuff now.
Because you're a co-host, you have extra stuff.
Okay. Because there's like invitations and blocked down here on the bottom now, and that wasn't there like 5 minutes ago.
Yep, that's
Okay.
because you're a co-host. So for instance, when I invite Carlos like this, you can see him under
I see.
invitations.
And then when I block him, it shows up like this.
Don't block him. We like him. Don't block Carlos. When Poopy Pie shows up, you can block him. That's okay.
Okay, he's probably only going to listen on YouTube anyway. Those Zoomer things.
That would be why. Yeah. He never comes up on stage anyway. It's fine. I hope he listens back to this. He's AFK right now.
You'll just get a random middle finger emoji sent to you at some point later.
Top tier. That is all I could ask for. There's been a couple other things that have been going on. The Pirates proposal has been updated a bit, and it's I think been clarified quite a bit. So that's fun. The Nouns fusion reactor is still ongoing. It's 3-3 at the moment. So not a whole lot of activity on that. Brennan did comment on it and just said not my type of nounish weirdness. Which, yeah. I'm kind of leaning in his direction. And it does look like there have been some signals against for the TCG. But The
I'm
proposer.
thoroughly confused by it too. Like I found he posted on Warpcast and was like responding to people and said, what was it? He was trying to turn mercury gases into gold. Is his plan?
I mean, I understand what that means, but it's a very obscure metaphor.
And so he'll be able to something about be able to make gold with only math. So
Yeah, that's not. That's. I mean, again, I think I get where he's coming from, but it's still very obscure, and I'm not sure.
yeah.
So there's that. I still need to really dig into that proposal. I have really dug into the positive sum piracy prop. It's still open for changes. Um, it is saying that it's going to fail to execute, so I hope that is fixed. um, but yeah, it's. I think this is much more interesting than what I thought it was at first. I still don't know how it's gonna go, but it literally it's much more clarified in the proposal where it says pirates bring unique URLs on chain as cards, analogous to embedded link previews with stylized metadata, not actual piracy. They're rewarded for bringing the pirated copies on chain. Small portions of the associated rewards go to the pirate team, see the Uniswap pool, and pay the Zora fee. The majority are held in escrow for original creators to claim once privy to their bounty. Rewards are permanent and quoted in sparks, a new ether denomination imagined by Zora, where 1,000,000 sparks equals 1 ETH. Huh.
I'm curious why this says it's going to fail to execute, because the transaction is just sending ETH. It's not doing anything else.
Yeah.
And I know Gami knows what he's doing.
Yeah. I don't know. Weird. Well, the only other big thing that we had on the agenda for this weekend, because it's been pretty slow, I know Noun 40 was supposedly going to talk about the Duna this morning. Did that happen?
Not that I noticed. I can go check back in there right now. Nouns Duna doesn't seem like it. No, most recent post was 2 days ago from Elad.
Yeah. Well, hopefully that happens at some point. Eyeing Saturday this morning this weekend as my entry point was what he said originally, but maybe that got pushed back. He's a busy guy. I would not be surprised. And Brett,
Depends on his definition of morning.
yeah, but as far as I'm aware, he's here. He's on the East Coast, so.
Well, I
only
mean,
other
so are
thing-
you, and you're just waking up at 2 o'clock.
Hey, I woke up like 2 hours ago. Excuse you. I went to bed at 8 a.m., but still, I almost woke up at a normal time. You know what? I was awake this morning.
I think I was awake before you went to sleep.
I was also awake before I went to sleep. Big deal. Anyway, you're not special. You also, Brett, you shared something this morning about this flows.wtf. And I agree. I need Rocket Man to come on and ELI 5 this shit, because what?
Yeah, I'll pin it up, like, just if anyone else wants to check it out. But I don't even really know how to explain it. Like, he had a proposal pass a month ago, 2 months ago, not that long ago, to set up streams for just various things within nouns.
Right.
He's just giving updates on what's going on. If you go to the the site flows.wtf, he just has some examples set up for right now.
For nouns flows, so local impact.
Yeah, it looks like it's a similar setup to what he does with the verbs DAO.
Which I also don't
But
understand. So that tracks.
yeah, I was just gonna say I can't really speak much on that either because I've tried to look into it a few times, but I haven't given it the proper time to like read everything because there's a lot of like moving parts with it, from like the bidding and voting, and like anybody can submit art and then you have to vote on the art and then the winning art becomes the auction. And
Yeah,
it's
for anybody who doesn't know what we're talking about, I'll pull it up on the screen. Not that's not what I wanted. I misspelled .wtf. It is just verbs.wtf, right? No, it's not. Okay.
I have no idea. Is it VRBS?
That's what I thought it was. VRBS.wt. No, it's verbs.build.
Oh, yes.
So this is it's a nounish auction essentially, but as you can see, that's a little weird. Like the style is kind of eclectic. So auctions, revenue splits, donations, and verb votes go into the verbs DAO, which is currently sitting at 77K, which is impressive. And then there's different places where this goes. So it supports artists, improves public spaces, and helps those in need. So you can support verbs builders. There's a embedded Farcaster thing, and okay, one verb every day forever. So every day the community picks their favorite verb to auction. Each verb is worth 1,000 votes. Anyone can create the next verb. The artist earns a 50% cut of the auction proceeds in the form of ETH and verb votes. That is literally just Minecraft Steve. On the right. Okay. Artists have earned 6.3 ETH and 77K votes so far. Do good with no expectation of return, steward public spaces, create positive externalities, empower people to uplift their communities, embrace absurdity and difference, teach people about verbs and crypto, dare greatly, have fun. It's basically nouns. Okay.
There's things that I like about it and things that I'm still on the fence about. I don't want to say there's stuff I don't like, but
There's stuff I'm
like
not sure about because I don't really understand it.
well, for me, it's a big part of it is the artwork. Like it's all pixel art with noggles, but that's the only cohesion behind it, really.
Yeah.
Like just scrolling through like the art race page, there's a lot of it's kind of all over the place.
It doesn't look like it's even necessarily. Oh no, it is. Okay. I was gonna say at a glance, it didn't look like there was like a consistent aspect ratio, but I guess I'm just used to nouns. 32 by 32, really limited.
Yeah.
I also
It's
one of the
definitely
things that makes me nervous is like the obvious, like the Marvin art,
yeah.
literally
Yeah,
called
there's
Fat Boo. Like, it's cool. Like I don't like the art is great. Literally Piccolo. Like the art is great, but also like copyright does exist. Like just because nouns is CC0 doesn't mean everything else is. Literally Astro Boy. Literally Steve. Literally Homer Simpson, although at least this is referencing a specific meme. Oh, the cell art is really cool. And the Beerus. Like, the art is really good, but I'm also, like, it makes me nervous, you know?
mm-hmm.
Spawn is in there. The Michi, whatever, guys. This really, really awesome art, but it's all very copyrighted so far. that would make me nervous. I mean, hopefully there is some kind of, overarching rule of law there, but
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know either. I hope there is.
But I know
hope they're just
this is
protecting it.
where the streams and revenue split idea came from, and this is
Mm.
where Rocket Man has been experimenting with it for maybe a year. I don't even know how long Verbs has been around. It's
Oh,
probably
it's been
close
at
to a
least a
year
year.
now. Yeah. But he's been doing a lot of cool stuff. Like he helped build That's Gnarly for NARS, and he's done stuff with the Lil Nouns upgrade, and just a lot of cool tech things.
Yeah. No, I'm a big fan of Rocket Man's work. Literally, Patrick.
Yeah,
I'm
so I
still
would just like
scrolling through and
I would
just
like
being like,
for him to come on here one day and explain further of what's going on, because like I mostly understood from the proposal, but exactly that, mostly understood, I guess.
yeah, it's definitely interesting. Well, with all that out of the way, we've pretty much covered all the ground we were going to, yeah?
Yeah, I've just been looking in Nouns Animators and Draws round. I was looking in there this morning, giving some likes to the esports themed art. Some cool stuff going in.
Yeah. Let's take a look at that.
Dora, as always, like she's one of my favorite Nounish artists. She did a whole scene of some of the guys standing there playing Pokemon.
That'd be in Nouns Draws, right? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, playing Unite. Oh, these are fun.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool entries in this round. And I think it was really good timing on
Valentina.
Seneca to put this out to get all the esports eyes on it and just like pushing what they've been doing recently.
I really need. I need what I'm planning on doing another like a noun craft round pretty soon, because I need art for the Nouns Esports Arena. But I might use some of these for that too.
Yeah, I'm sure most of these artists would be cool with you using it. Just hit them up.
Yeah. Well, I mean, half of them are on the server and put their art in themselves because I have a mod on there that lets you. It's a camera mod, like it lets you take pictures in game with a camera in survival
Mm.
and
Mm.
like print them and put them on the wall and stuff. But you can also take the like canvas item, or you can take the camera rather with the picture, and instead of just taking a picture, if you like hold shift while taking the picture, it will instead open up a menu where you can just upload an image. Um, so that we have like museums in there. Like the
Oh,
Bower
cool.
actually built an entire museum of. Oh, this is cute. I love the CS2 animation. Built a museum of like all of the Nounders and like people in the Nouns community, like you, me, Toady, are all in there. I
Oh, cool.
really, really like this little CS2 animation. Little enemy spotted.
Throwing flashbang.
Nouns racing at full speed. The Pinocchio getting a game over. There's a Souls like that basically summarizes.
Yeah, a lot of good entries this time. There's still just under 2 days left. If anyone's here or listening back wants to submit something, animation or illustration wise.
At time of recording, there's a day and 21 hours remaining on the timer. Yes to
There's
Crypto,
also
I can see in the YouTube chat. Welcome in.
there's also the Nouns retro round going on. If you've done anything Nounish this week and are looking to be retroactively compensated for that, you can submit in there. There are some guidelines of what is and is not accepted. So check Toadie's pin cast in there.
Oh.
Well, it's just saying like one entry per person and visual art isn't necessarily accepted. He's looking to reward like people who have done nounish things.
Yeah.
Because at one point everyone was just like posting art in there, and it was taking over like stuff that's going on. Like Carlos nominated El Chico Plantas for doing a bunch of stuff on TikTok and Instagram, talking about nouns and what he was planning on doing with Carlos. And then speaking of that, Carlos has the Nouns Impact round open too for just under 4 days. If you do some sort of like cleanup or
I
something
love this. This
related,
is this is like the early
yeah,
days of TNS.
yeah, half an ETH up for grabs.
We should do that again.
Yeah, that's how we got a fair amount of people involved in nouns. Like Davin
Yeah.
did something really big. I know
Davin was
Fatty
one
But
of them,
Happy
yeah.
did big stuff in Mexico, and a lot of people in Brazil doing cleanups.
We should do that again. I want to do that again. Let's do it. Let's do a partnership with Carlos and do that again.
Too
As
bad
part
he
of
left. Otherwise, we could ask him. Unless he's a ghost.
he's probably a ghost. Anyway,
And there's a couple more nouns related rounds too. The Edu Nouns,
yep,
who
I
recently
just clicked
passed a
on it.
proposal, has coloring sheets. It has 8.5 days left, just under 9 days left.
Yeah.
To submit just like something that could be in a coloring book. So preferably line art. There's
These
a
are
lot of
okay. I might be able to do something for this.
there's a lot of good entries. There's a lot of obvious clip art entries with noggles slapped on top of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm hoping they do some curation before this ends, because I'm not sure if they're watching all of those.
Probably not.
But I'm pretty sure this one is you can submit as many times as you want. I mean, within reason, I would hope, not
Yeah.
just like
Well,
spamming these
each
rounds.
submission should include one coloring sheet. So presumably you could do like 5 or 6, and it'd be fine.
And also, Nouns Meetup is still going for just under 16 days. If you host a meetup or dinner or any
How do
nounish
you
gathering
do
of
that?
sorts. Well, first you have to have friends.
Right, that was my first issue.
Yeah.
You know what the last Nouns meetup I went to, such as it could be called? You know what the last Nouns meetup I went to was? Getting interviewed for the fucking Nouns documentary. Which, incidentally, is coming out on the 17th in just 3 days.
Oh yeah, on X.
Yeah. It is going to be an X premiere. I'm still calling it Twitter. It's a stupid fucking name. But anyway, yes, it's going to be premiering on Twitter for on the 17th in 3 days. So excited about that, because I'll be able to share it with people who are not involved with crypto at all, which is kind of, I think, the entirety of what I was talking about for that documentary. So it's nice for that to finally be the case.
Yeah. I don't think there's... Oh, and then there's the base builds round too. So if you built anything on base this week, you have 2 days left to submit to that round and to share a pool of 2.25 ETH. I feel like that keeps going up little by
looking
little.
at the wrong thing. Oh, there it is.
Oh, because they were doing the build tokens for a while. That's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, the build is
They're doing the
still
build
alive.
tokens.
Build Nom's weekly round for 1 billion build. 1 billion.
1 billion.
For 1 billion bill. So if you want 1 billion bills, you can check out the Build Noms weekly round for the next day and a half. Who is your favorite builder and why? Cast nominate and add their username in /build to gift them build tokens. Cast liked by curators will share the weekly reward pool. And then base builds is the one that's for the next little under 2 days. An hour and 22. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
Anything else you
Crypto is
want
going,
to check out? Like,
ChatGPT and Dolly does pretty good coloring book art. Yeah, but no. I hope they disqualify.
if I was curating that round, I would kick all the AI stuff personally.
Yeah,
But
same.
that's up to whoever's in charge.
I feel like it's a bad precedent to be setting for kids. But anyway. Well, with that out of the way, we already did the nouns auction. We talked about a whole bunch of we basically did a normal show on accident. And we've been here for 42 minutes. It was nominally supposed to be a light show. I'm happy to call it there.
Oh, this is 42 minutes is lighter than normal, right?
But yeah, it's like 10 minutes lighter than it normally would be.
We just have to wrap it up right now, otherwise we're just going to keep BSing for another 15 minutes.
Yeah, which we absolutely can do, but we don't want to just keep yapping on a weekend. So I think I'm going to call it. So thanks everybody for coming to 9 o'clock live at the Noun Square. That's not the button I wanted to press. Where is the one I wanted to press? There it is. There it is. There's the yellow collective theme made by the park. Thanks everybody for coming to 9 o'clock live at the Noun Square. I've been Robot Fish Girl. We're going to be back here the same as every day. We're going to be back here tomorrow, 2:25 p.m. EST. We didn't really move at all today. So 2:25 p.m. EST tomorrow. Until then, don't forget to pick up Nomo Noun number 12. This beautiful bloody rose. Don't forget to be on the Yellow Collective Noun, yellowcollective.xyz for collective noun number 312. If you missed any of GM, if you missed any of the links that we posted up today, go check out the tavern in the description. That has everything that you need to know about. Also has the links for Yellow Collective and Nomo as well. Pick those up if you'd like to. Otherwise, we're going to be back here tomorrow for another light episode of 9 o'clock live at the Noun Square. If you have any nouns questions, if you have any friends that you want to onboard, anything like that, please do not hesitate to bring them by, and we will talk about all things nouns. Also, do a little bit of a deeper dive into the current proposals, because I'm going to be doing that today. So we'll be able to talk about them tomorrow. Until then, thanks for coming, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.